good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching, wherever you are watching from. My name is Frankie Timmers, and I'm the Spiritual Director at Center for Spiritual Living Morristown in beautiful, historic New Jersey, Morristown, New Jersey. Our musicians are James Brough and McClusky, and we have Theo Tilton with us, who's the assisting practitioner today. The theme for the year is 2020 Vision. For August, Inclusion in Action. And today it's about being color brave. So stay tuned. And I want you to take a look at our website when you have a moment, because there's lots of information there. And if you feel so moved to support the work we do at Center for Spiritual Living Morristown with your financial gift, we welcome that. There's a place to do so on the website. If you are watching live and you are looking for YouTube, we're not on YouTube today, but the video will be placed on YouTube very soon. We are on Twitter today. That's fun. Theo made that one happen. And if you're on Facebook, of course, we want you to use the bubbles and say hello and share the page and start a watch party and let us know where you're from and let us know if you have any questions, and we will do our best to keep an eye out for everything that you would love to know about us. So I want to now do an opening treatment, which is our word for affirmative prayer. So I invite you, if you're able, to close your eyes and to simply receive these words of affirmative prayer. Right here, right now, I remember, as I withdraw my attention from the outer world and turn it to the inner world of my heart of hearts, that there is something really precious that is happening with every breath and every heartbeat. They each are just one tiny miracle in the spectrum of all life. And the more that we are aware of the miraculousness of being alive, the more we walk the sacred path, the more we feel life as a celebration, the more remember that there's an energy, a life force that governs all of it, but allows us to discover it in our own unique way, allows us to experience it in our own unique way. So today we are brave as we stand fully grounded in the truth, stepping into the world, stepping into life, doing whatever it is that we do. And in that doing, remember that each person, place, or thing we encounter is also that which is sacred. This, with the energy of love and light and wisdom, truly allows us to come together as one and to be in service to a greater vision for our world. For that and so much more, we are grateful, and so it is. So, today I want to start with the quote from our beautiful journal, for those of you that have this beautiful journey, the 2020 Spiritual Journal from CSL. And it says, a quote by Melody Hobson, "Don't be colorblind, be color brave." I love that. It's going to be a new word in my language, in my vocabulary treasure. Don't be colorblind, be color brave. Embrace diversity as a competitive advantage. This is quite an idea, right, to be color brave. And the reason that I was so moved by that word is because in spiritual circles, in our science of mind circles, we sometimes can be a little colorblind. I remember a long time ago when I said to an African American colleague that I didn't see color. And she was teaching me in that moment how ignorant and offensive that was. And it made me think about it, and I've never forgotten it, because it's not saying I don't see color, because that means I don't see you and you and you and you and you. And if there's anything that we as human beings are the most hungry for, it's to be seen. And to be seen for who we are and what we are and where we are, and to be accepted and loved there. And so when we are saying, I don't see color, we're colorblind. It ignores diversity. It ignores the experience of diversity. And specifically in the United States, it ignores our horrible history of over 400 years of racism, discrimination, and inequality. So we must open our eyes and see what is before us. Because if we don't, we're spiritual bypassing, and that is something that happens in spiritual circles. I'm positive, I only see the good, love and light is all there is, and that's beautiful, but we must add, and then there is this and this and this as a way to awaken to the truth and make it our day-to-day experience. And only saying, this doesn't exist, la 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 la, it's not happening, is not conducive to healing what wants to be healed within ourselves and within our world, because our world is a reflection, it's a mirror of what's happening within us, and we're the ones that are alive to be part of the healing process. And so that's especially true now that what we witness in the world is breakdown of structures and chaos and lack of certainty. Truly, we never really have certainty. But this experience of COVID has brought us to our knees when it comes to uncertainty. That means that we have to rely upon something deeper, something bigger, something more solid. And for us, that is our spiritual foundation, our spiritual nature. And so the uncertainty then is calling for us not just to be in the present moment, which is all we have, not just to be color brave, but to be part of the healing that's taking place. So that's really what I'm talking about today, which is to realize that color blindness is a spiritual disease that turns into dis-ease, and that we are invited to be braver and to think bigger and to look in a more expansive way. And then we ask the question, well, then what is mine to do? What is mine to do? Which could be an hourly question. So for me, when I talk about spiritual life, and specifically that was discovering the science of mind teaching, because I was raised in a Catholic tradition where I received many gifts, besides some of the challenges, is that for me, finding this teaching was like my world went from black and white to color. And I remember that clearly as well. So I know being color brave is much more happy and blessed and joyful and interesting and creative and healthy. And I surely do not want to go back. It's like when you're in a garden. When we're in a garden, we're not saying, oh, all those flowers are ugly and this one is beautiful. No, we look at the whole of it and we see the beauty of all of the colors and the species and the flowers and everything that's part of a garden. My Norman and I like to take a walk on something called a towpath, and it's a path that goes by the Raritan River, and we start in New Brunswick, where I live, New Brunswick, New Jersey, and the path actually goes all the way to Trenton. It's about 75 miles long, and whenever we take walks in our favorite place, I am always amazed at how many shades of green there are, and how they are all magnificent and beautiful, and how they create a picture of Mother Nature at its best. And so the beauty then is in seeing the differences. Can you see where I'm going with this? The beauty is in seeing the differences. And to remember that spiritually, oneness does not mean sameness. Oneness means all the differences as part of the whole. And to treat the differences as a way of living this idea of equality. And so that means that we have to look deeper. That's just what it means. We can't just look at the surface and make a decision and have an opinion or be afraid and run. But we have to look deeper below the surface. Moving away from the surface means moving away from our own selfish needs or wants, moving away from our own personal opinions, and not that they're not valuable, but stay open to see something different and to explore through emotional intelligence, which means having a healthy emotional life, having access to all emotions and not judging them as good or bad, positive or negative, which we tend to do as well in spiritual circles, right? We need to even stop using those words. They just are. Maybe we can say healthy, unhealthy, skillful, not so skillful. And so we get to pay attention to what our fears are. Because underneath fear is love. We get to pay attention to discomfort because underneath discomfort is an opportunity to grow. We have to pay attention to being furious, angry, frustrated, all that, no matter what it's about, and notice what wants to be lived, what wants to be expressed. Because all that is really just a motivator for us to heal and to see in a bigger way. We have to pay attention to the assumptions that we make, the stereotyping that we do, the avoidance that we do, and the disconnect that happens when we do that, because in that disconnect, we're saying only this, not that. And that creates not only suffering for ourselves, but for each other. So we got to become curious instead of furious. That's interesting. Let me learn about that. Let me talk to that person. Let me think about that. Let me look a little deeper. It invites awe and love and a deeper respect. It comes about valuing all the differences and noticing where we can't. Because the can't is really, I won't. This is where I stop. And that becomes a block for us on the spiritual journey. And so this is what allows all of us to come together and be part of creating a world that works for everyone. That may not even happen in our lifetime, but what an inspiration and a motivation to live towards. We say in our teaching, as within, so without. So that's a wonderful tool to kind of go, what I noticed must also live inside of me. And we start where we are, because that's the only place. I cannot start where you are, and you cannot start where I am. But we can both start where we are with honesty, with integrity, spiritual integrity, emotional integrity, mental integrity, which means wholeness at its root. And to just allow what surfaces, to be with how we feel, even if it's not completely related to our values. Because that beginning place is the place from where we start as we move into the greater expansion. I can't start there, I must start here. And so this month in the Science of Mind magazine, we have a beautiful author, Tracy Brown, who's a practitioner, and every page just drips with wisdom and healing, and just about every page I get in touch with my own discomfort, where I'm being challenged, what I'm being called to see and know and do and live. And those of you who read this magazine, I've read this page maybe already today, because it's today's reading. It is the August Science of Mind magazine, and I think they sell it at Barnes & Noble now too. And it's the daily readings by Tracy. So I want to read this from today. Look in the mirror, who do you see? When you look in the mirror, does your reflection look like me? Do you recognize yourself in the people all around? Or do you see them as other? Do you see them as a threat? Do you fear those you think do not look like you? Do you name them, blame them, and build a false fence? Does your self-worth rely on murder and nonsense? Why cling to the lie that you deserve to sit high when your throne is a pedestal built on stories falsified? The truth is not hidden, yet you refuse to see, as if stubborn ignoring can change history. In this world we've created, there's violence and doubt. There's little respect. You just block others out. You made your world smaller, believing it's safer, but you lie to yourself and lies morph into hatred. What do we do to create a breakthrough? The time has arrived when you absolutely must choose. What team will you join? Who are you willing to abuse? Can you stand by and watch children starved, caged, and shot? Can you pretend not to care? Will you heal your blind spot? Become more aware, be willing to dare. Don't stay quiet and safe until you've waited too late and find the ones you most love experiencing the very same fate. Look in the mirror. Who do you see? When you look in the mirror, does your reflection look like me? The most powerful spiritual practice we can do is every day, as many times as you need to, ask the question, beloved, what is mine to do? Ask your heart, ask spirit, ask your soul, what is mine to do? And then listen and wait until an answer comes. And don't censor it, just go do that. It's to act from truth. It's to act from a healing consciousness. It's an act to live from what we've learned and what we've become by means of our spiritual evolution. And the beauty is you already know it. It already lives inside of you. So just go do it. And now we have more music. And then Theo will bless us with a beautiful guided meditation.
We are in the flow of life, and my soul is guiding me. We're part of this river that is rolling to the sea, from which evaporates the water to form the cloud that's raining down upon these mountains, feeding these rivers that abound. I am in great gratitude for all the good that comes my way. Only I can hold it back. The river sets no price to pay. My heart decides my way of living, and so it will be right, then multiplied when it comes back into my life. My soul is my guide, sure as God is my supply. If there's a need to change the rising tide, I know the river will comply, as Mother Nature does preside. this flow of life can be trusted all the way. It's changed the way I live, and now finally I can say that I look forward to tomorrow, another chance to learn and grow. That's how this river of divine abundance flows. Thank you for this breath of life. It gives us everything we need. There's nothing to return except the best that we can give. As long as love's my guide to living, I know I will be right, 'cause every path will lead at last into the light. I'm part of this river that is rolling to the sea, and I look forward to each moment, another chance to learn and grow. That's how this river of divine abundance flows. We are the river where divine abundance flows.
Thank you, James and Rich. Beautiful. So now we're going to be entering into a practice, a guided meditation practice. So for those of you who happen to be on the road and you're listening, I suggest that you listen to this later. And however, if you are in the comfort of your home and you're just watching us, whether it be your phone from bed or in the living room from your computer, let's just take this opportunity to close your eyes, and we're going to go within. In this present moment, we're going to focus in on the breath. Notice how the air flows in your lungs as you inhale, and how your torso expands. And notice as you exhale, you can feel the air travel through your throat and out of your mouth or nose. Just notice the expansion and the contraction. Inhale through the nose. And notice the temperature of the air. And now exhale out the mouth. And notice that the temperature may have gone slightly warmer. As the air goes in, you may notice that the air is a little cooler. And when you exhale, it is warmed by the body. And it's just subtly a little warmer than when it came in. Welcome to the present moment. You are now here with me. The I am of the I am. In front of you, there is a group of people. And just simply know where you stand in your mind right now is holy ground. You are guided, you are protected, you are safe. In this moment, all is well. There is nothing here to fix or to survive. But there is something to explore and discover. If something triggers you at any moment during this meditation, just pay attention. Be present to the thoughts, to the body, to the emotion. If there's any pain or struggle, or conversations that get triggered. Notice if there's any uncomfortableness, discomfort, discord. In front of you, this group represents every single person that seems to exist. Every color, every race, every sex, gender, different eyes, different noses, different ears, different heights, different weights, different clothes, different educational levels, different intellect, different culture. Look through the sea of these people in front of you. There is a place within you that knows no difference, that knows no culture, that knows nothing of race or color. There is a place within you that knows nothing of separation. And in a moment, we will access that place. You may feel like you're already there. With all of these people in front of you. I want you to think of a time where you had discord, discomfort, fear, separation, not knowing, feeling different than. Who is that person? What color is their skin? What shape is their nose? What gender are they? Do they have a face that's recognizable? Do you still have any discomfort? Think about a time when there was major discomfort or fear, or you were scared. You may have even felt racism or feeling the impact of racism on you. Just notice what you're noticing. Where is it coming from? Is it a paradigm? Is it a belief? Is it stuck in the archive of your culture, your history, your ancestry? Is it related to fear, relatedness, some form of lack or motivation, suffrage, evolution, income level, intelligence? Or is it just simply being different? Give yourself permission to look. Be not afraid. Be brave. Bring everything up. And your biggest act of bravery is about to happen. Take a deep breath. Exhale. You don't know what you're getting ready for. We're going to do two more breaths. One is going to be where you're standing. And in between the breath, you're going to leap from the body of you into the body of the other that you had discord with, or fear, or separation from. You may resist it, but this is a safe place. Take a deep breath. And exhale. Now leap out of your body into theirs. Take a deep breath. Exhale. You took your first breath in the other. Does it feel any different than you? Are there any differences in your culture? Are there any differences in the way you feel inside the body? Just notice. Does everything kind of just feel the same as it was just moments before? Did you experience a life change? Or is it exactly the same? Notice the culture, notice the ancestry, notice the community, notice the self of the other. Beauty knows no color, race, nose, eyes, and ears. Love knows no color, race, or body part. Take a deep breath. Exhale. And now you're going to say goodbye to that other and leap back into yourself. Take a breath and welcome back. There is a place within you that knows no differences, that knows no culture, that knows no color, no gender. It is love, it is power, it is energy, it is light. It is life itself. And if you noticed anything that was discomforting, fear-filled, any discord in this process. That is what there is for you to do. To do the work. To be present. Let's take a deep breath. And in 3, 2, 1, we are back. Let us anchor this with an affirmative prayer. Right here in this moment, there is just something so beautiful and so wonderful. It is love, it is joy, it is peace, it is oneness. It is all of life. All of life. In all of its distinct variety. Inside of the oneness is a multiplicity which exists, all expression of every single thing. How beautiful and wonderful that is. And so as we've done today's talk, and as we listen to the word spoken, and as we've gone through this practice, anything that was discovered, we can see where the work is to do. And so each and every single one of us decides for ourselves how we want to do it. And so I speak a special word that uplifts and brings that joy and that light, and reprograms and realigns and redesigns and repatterns anything from the past, anything from the history, anything from the ancestry or the culture that we come from, and brings it to the light and to the love of all of one thing, which is life itself. So thank you. I'm profoundly blessed and grateful in this moment. My heart is overflowing with gratitude, being showered with rainfalls of love and peace and harmony. And so it is. Ooh, thank you.
Being showered, rainfalls of love and peace. Thank you, Theo. Thank you, James and Rich. Thank you, everybody, for being part of this Sunday morning celebration, maybe Sunday afternoon or Monday night when you wake up and you can't sleep. We invite you to check us out on Facebook. We have a private group and a public group. Instagram, Twitter, Meetup. What else do we have? YouTube, where we'll place the videos soon. We have some things coming up that I want you to know about. I'm starting something new on Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. to 8:30 Jersey time, and it's called The Art of Spiritual Living. It's really about how can we support one another to live the principles that we have learned in our day-to-day living. So come and join us on Zoom. If you do not get our emails, you can sign up for them. That way you'll know what's going on, or just place a comment in the Facebook Live comments. On Saturdays, we have 11 a.m. your treatment hour, where you can just dial into Zoom and I'll do a treatment with you and for you. And we have Sunday social hour. If you're on our mailing list, our email list, you will have received a link, so we'll see you soon. And we want to let you know that on the last Sunday in August, we are going to meet as a spiritual family with members and friends, active friends on Zoom. So watch out for your emails and you will get them soon. We're so glad that you were here with us. We're so grateful to be able to be of service and give of inspiration. And now we get a little bit of music and as an outro, and remember that you are the miracle. So it is.